Welcome everyone back to the Crimson 15 podcast. I'm your host, Crimson Sin.
And 15 PCA.
Native 454.
Be sure to check us out over on Twitter at C15 Podcast. So we're getting some more information about the Netflix adaptation of Cowboy Bebop, and there was a first episode. Someone said they got a script and they read it, and there's also a character descriptions of what kind of actors and actresses they're looking for the characters. So this is coming from Screen Rant, and they got this from the hashtag show. So stupid. But okay, let's start with Spike. This is their description of it. An Asian or partially Asian man in his mid-20s to mid-30s and must have an athletic ability. Spike is the young and handsome male lead with a body like Bruce Lee. His carefree demeanor hides his seriously dangerous individual. Spike is prone to shoot first and improvise, unlike his more serious partner Jet, but he gets the job done. Spike tries to hide his sensitive side, but is a sucker for a damsel in distress and is haunted by his past. It is, again, I don't know. Am I stupid? Am I ignorant to think that? I never thought Spike was Asian when I watched the anime.
Never in my mind.
Nope.
His last name's Spiegel.
I
just assumed he was Italian.
Yeah, I figured Italian. I know people might think, like, well, that's like stereotypical, but come on. He's a
I heard
the last name is Spiegel. He has this kind of suit-wearing look to him.
Because there were Asian, I don't remember his name, but there was, remember that other partner guy that was working with him? He was Chinese. And he looks nothing like Spike. The way his face is drawn and everything. You can tell, that was an Asian character. Spike wasn't drawn like an Asian. So I don't understand what this whole thing about making him Asian is. Because it's an anime, the character has to be Asian? How racist is that?
But here's the thing, though. They don't make every character Japanese. They're still not going to hate it. Every last one, everyone has to be Japanese. So what you're doing is alienating everybody.
Yeah,
you're doing.
Yeah.
You can't please everybody, but you can sure the hell piss off everyone. And they're going with that one.
Yeah, because what we want is what the characters were supposed to be originally.
Exactly. And also, I mean,
which is Italian, at least in Spike's case.
And I'm hoping they make Vicious. I know they probably have one for Vicious too, but I'm like...
But at least with Vicious, you can see him maybe be Japanese.
Because I know he uses a sword and all that,
But I would say the rest of the description matches.
Yeah.
Carefree, he does have a serious side, especially towards the end of the series.
Oh, yeah.
And he's a sucker for the girls.
Yeah, and he's always trying to save the ladies, even though technically he only has one true love. But he still wants to, kind of be a little player, but I don't think he would ever act upon it.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I think it's like holding his skills, kind of, in a way. Not necessarily going to act on it, but...
Yeah, it's weird because potentially, spoilers for the anime, for an anime that came out in 1998, watch it. At the end, Faye was like, no, just stay with me. And she's pretty much just giving herself to him, and he just walks away, because he's crazy. But we get the description for Faye. An Asian or mixed heritage. How's that different than partially Asian?
I don't know. Maybe partial Asian means
Is there a difference?
80-20? I don't know.
Okay.
So, an Asian or mixed heritage woman in her early 20s to mid 30s, and must have athletic ability. Faye is a female lead of the show. She is an attractive bounty hunter with a sharp tongue. She is a survivor who will con anyone to get what she wants. Faye has no memory of her early life, including family or friends. So even though she will never admit it, she likes working with the other members of the Bebop crew. Faye is Asian.
That's even less.
I just going off my own assumptions, because, again, spoilers for an anime that came out in 1998. She was a rich girl.
Rich girl, yes.
And they had a lot of money, and they lived in a chateau. It didn't seem like an Asian culture where she lived.
No.
Doesn't mean that Asian people can't live in other parts of the country. I just assumed that she was I don't know, American or British or something.
Yeah.
I know that there was the scene of the flashbacks. She is wearing a school outfit, but then again,
she was a cheerleader too.
Exactly. So I'm thinking it could also mean that you went to a preppy school.
Yeah.
You didn't go to the normal.
That's why I assumed an academy.
Her name's Faye Valentine. I mean,
well,
is that her real name?
No,
her real last name?
I don't know.
No, it's because I want to say they gave her that because of the song, because of the guy like Jazz, the guy that found her.
Oh yeah.
He said something like, "Oh yeah, Valentine," like the song or something like that. I could be wrong, but they'll probably tell me in the comments.
That was a little. I don't know. I just didn't see it that way.
Yeah, I didn't.
It was just weird. But sharp tongue, survivor, con anyone, all the rest of the things are fine.
Well, because she got found by a con artist. That's what makes it funny.
And I like about it, athletic ability, but not build, because she was never
Yeah, she actually had some. She had some. There was fan service in Cowboy Bebop here and there,
but
it was mostly Faye.
Yeah,
there's the famous booby jiggle, when she's wearing that nightdress, and then she stops and they go all over the place.
Even like her first scene when she walks into that Chinese.
Yeah, and she guns down all those guys.
She has like those. Yeah, the guy's like, "Oh yeah, come here, baby." Like,
and she wears like a yellow Hopler top and like yellow shorts.
I remember a long time ago, someone like they had like fashion designers like do anime costumes, and they're looking at Faye's costumes like. I guess it's made out of some type of like plastic type material.
It's like a weird kind of blend where like it's shiny,
like a raincoat. Yeah,
almost rubbery, almost.
Yeah, how uncomfortable would that be? But I kind of want to see what these costumes look like because things that look good in animes don't look good in real life. Just saying.
Yeah. No.
But we're moving on to Jet Black, and like we said earlier, I'm like they want an African American or partially African American. I hate that. I just partially.
Why don't you get the best person for the role? I don't know. Call me crazy.
A man in his mid-30s to early 50s, an ex-cop, Jet looks intimidating, but is a softy at heart. He became fed up with the corrupt system, but he still catches criminals as a bounty hunter. While Jet believes in the law, he will always back up a friend. Occasionally, he will even relax and have fun.
Yeah, that's good.
That's about him. You know, basically his backstory is he was a cop detective, and he was double-crossed by his partner.
Yeah.
So, not necessarily the corrupt system, just kind of getting... So I guess he was like, he was Serpico. He was a straight-laced cop. He wasn't going to take bribes and do all those things. So I guess they were kind of trying to take him out. But there's not a lot of that, just that one episode.
Yeah, just that one. And like you said, yeah...
He has to have that little metal piece on his eye, too, on his cheek.
Yeah, he's got the beard going.
He has a metal arm, too, didn't he?
Yeah, he had a mechanical arm, because in that ambush, he got all effed up.
Yeah. But yeah, pretty close.
So I don't mind that. No. Because that's funny. Even when I, like... When I would hear Jet, I'm like, I kind of could see like a black guy being Jet.
Yeah, I think Jet had the best openers too. When he would talk about like in the episodes and stuff, when he had stories, to set up the beginning.
Because he was the papa, he was the dad of the group.
He was good, yeah.
Because he was the oldest and he had the most life experience. But Radical Ed, I just always called her Edward. And again, you would think they would say Indian.
Yeah,
but they don't. They don't here. They don't. They don't even say any race.
Nah.
So, 14-year-old girl must have athletic ability and short stature. Ed is a 14-year-old computer genius and expert hacker whose talents are indispensable. She's extremely energetic with a childlike wonder and eccentric bordering on bizarre. But they don't even say a race there. I just assumed she was like Indian.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because the way
super dark skin.
Yeah, super dark skin. Maybe not personality. Personality is just weird.
All over the place because she's like a hacker girl.
They said girl, which I was surprised at too.
Yeah,
I'm glad.
But that's the one thing I think should have been definitive on race was this character.
Yeah,
you want to make a bet they want to get a girl like that. Well, that girl who wore the purple suit and kick something like that. I guarantee they want to do something like that.
I just hope they don't make her.
I hope not, but
because the good thing is that they didn't say anything vulgar, so I'm hoping they keep her the way she is. The energetic, kind of crazy girl. Yeah.
She has her goggles on, and she's always...
You reminds me of that one girl, I forgot her name, from Love Hina, kind of, the one who used to make the robots.
Oh, yeah. And she was Indian, too, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it was like, could have been her sister, but they're very similar.
Sue? It might have been, I don't remember. I haven't seen Love Hina in like 10 years, so I'm just...
But very similar.
Yeah.
So they have Vicious, the main enemy of the whole entire series. There's other bad guys and stuff, but he's the opposite. He's the other side of the coin for Spike. So I think he's just as important as a character to get right as Spike is.
Oh yeah,
but no ethnicity here.
Interesting.
Don't say anything. I always thought if anyone was going to be Japanese, I thought it was going to be Vicious.
Yes. Yeah, Vicious.
Because he used a samurai sword and everything. So I just imagine him as like a Sephiroth character, where he had the long white hair.
He does. That's about the thinking. That's similar, very similar looking.
Yeah. So a man in his mid-20s to early 30s, any ethnicity, which. And notice how whenever they do that, they never go for a Caucasian person.
No.
It either has to be open to everyone or not white.
Exactly. Can't be that option. No.
With pale skin, so any ethnicity with pale skin, so black people can apply.
Okay.
Because they said any.
Yeah. So as long as it's pale skin.
Because you couldn't say no blacks. They couldn't say that. So they have to say any ethnicity with pale skin.
Could you imagine if you said that? Oh, sorry, no blacks.
Lights?
No, you can say that with lights. But that way.
That's so funny. That'd have been great,
dude.
And white hair. Vicious is a merciless leader of the criminal organization known as the Syndicate. Well, he's not. He will kill anyone to get the way... who gets in his way of his business without a second thought. But he's not the leader.
No. He rose up the ranks.
He's rising up the ranks. He's way up there. Spoilers for an anime that came out in 1998. He ended up killing all the three heads, so he kind of takes over. But that's not till like the second to last episode, right?
Exactly, yeah. He literally goes to the very last episode.
Yeah, so he's not the leader. Get your
and him and Spike have a long history together.
Yeah.
super long history, and we don't know.
And that wasn't brought up. I know maybe they're trying to keep spoilers, but this anime's way old, so I don't know why. But yeah, his Vicious's thing is like only like a couple sentences.
It's 3 sentences.
And he's one of the main characters of the show.
He's just as important to the because again, without Vicious, Spike is just some happy-go-lucky guy.
Yeah.
Everything, his whole life revolves around what this man did to him.
Yep.
So it's everything.
Mm-hmm.
And the final character on here is Julia, which was Spike's girlfriend. His I don't know if they were fiancés or whatever, but they were involved.
They were close.
We never get the real story. I kind of like that because it all comes down to the 3 main characters. If you ask me in this show, are Spike, Vicious, and Julia. They controlled this whole entire narrative. Something went down between these 3. Was there a love triangle? Was she forced into it? Did Vicious say, "I'm going to kill you if you don't be with me"?
Or was it like a passed down hit that because it looked like Julia shot Spike, right?
Yeah.
So but then she was with Vicious for a little bit. So did it mean like did Vicious pass that on?
Did Julia feel like Vicious, like they all grew up together and she kind of liked him, she kind of loved him, and thought maybe I can like save him?
Yeah, by doing this.
Or was it because Vicious saw Spike liked her and he was jealous? Oh, I'm gonna take this away
I
from
think
you.
I was thinking Vicious. That's why he liked her.
We never get an
Yeah,
explanation.
but that's what I think. That's just my.
Oh, look what I took this from you too. How do you like that?
Or maybe it's like the whole fact that he wants to be just like Spike.
Yeah.
So he wanted everything Spike had, which was Julia, the being liked in the syndicate and everything. Because I think he was a likable guy, right? Spike was like up there.
It's so funny. We never get the real answer, which is cool. But we get to her description. And in the anime, I'll have a picture of her in the anime. She's a white woman with blonde hair. And she's a beautiful woman. But here, again, they go any ethnicity. Any race will do.
Okay.
Why is it so important that Spike has to be Asian, but Julia can't just be a Caucasian woman who that's what she was in the show? Why is it only important that the non-white characters be specific and all the other characters can, whatever?
Yeah. Because that's how it is. It's just literally they're afraid to almost say white because then they don't want the people to get mad at them. Why?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what the character is. It's so stupid.
So their description: a woman in her mid-20s to mid-30s with any ethnicity. Bleh. Julia is a sophisticated blonde damsel in distress. No. She kicks some. She reminded me of like Black Widow. She was in the syndicate too. She wasn't just some floozy. She knew how to kick some butt, and she...
Well, especially spoilers, when she fought with Faye. She busted out a freaking bazooka and was like, boom!
Yeah, they were going... That was a weird thing, too, between them.
Yeah, because
screw dudes. Let's date each other, right?
No, it wasn't like that.
No, it felt like when they were in the car, if she would have said yes, Faye would have been like... That's what it felt like, right?
Julia was controlling the situation.
Yeah.
Well, the reason why, though, is because she acts so much like Spike. That's why.
It's her latent lesbian love for Spike.
Yes! No, but I'm being serious, because she had that coolness to her, and she's like, wow, I'm kind of like...
It's very Thelma and Louise. That's what it felt like. But a damsel in distress, completely wrong.
No.
That has a mysterious connection to Spike. No. How do men and women connect? That's the mystery here.
Mystery.
What parts? I don't know. That's a mystery. I never figured it out.
Here's the thing about, like you said, Julia. Here's a time where you can actually make a powerful woman, and they don't do it.
Yeah.
They don't do it in that description. How weird is that, right?
Exactly.
This is weird.
Crazy.
Okay. Julia is a sophisticated blonde damsel in distress that has a mysterious connection to Spike. She appears to him in visions and whispers to him about his past.
What?
Huh? She has powers?
They showed memories, but it was never like a vision.
Except for like the only thing that was even close to being mystical was like the shaman character.
Yeah.
Talking about the falling stars and all that stuff.
But that wasn't about her.
And I know when he gets hurt really bad, like that one scene where he falls off, sorry, spoilers, falls off the clock tower, and he's like seeing visions.
In the church building,
Yeah, and he's seeing like visions.
But that was just like your life flashing before your eyes.
I don't think she's like purposely like, oh, I'm gonna go talk
What
to
the
him.
F?
Yeah.
They got Julia all wrong.
Yeah, that's weird.
That's probably of all of them the most insulting in terms of just depiction.
The real Julia... Okay, why is it written so odd? The real Julia is the girlfriend to the merciless syndicate leader, Vicious.
No.
She left him.
Yeah.
Like, in the anime, they weren't together. They were together in that moment. Like Spike, walked in on them, in bed together.
Yeah.
But they weren't... After that point, she was out on her own, doing her own thing.
Yeah. Again, like I said, it's a little bit of mystery to how all three of them function together, because there is that moment where Vicious and her together...
But not any after that point.
I don't think so either. I mean, And then there's that one moment where Spike and Vicious are like kind of like they're in a gun battle, but they're smiling. So it's like there was this friendship going on.
Like they're going back to back and they're shooting dudes, and it's like, I want to watch that show.
I want to watch this Vicious.
Because they looked all younger and everything.
Yeah, it was cool.
That would have been a good idea for a movie, actually.
See, I normally am not a big fan of prequel stuff, but this is one of the few stories where I kind of want the prequel. Yeah. But so that's the end of the character descriptions, and then the guy writing this article. It reads like Cowboy Bebop show will be sticking pretty close to the anime. Shut the hell up. You don't even know what you're talking about.
No, not even close. What are you talking about? If you want to say 50% of it.
Yeah, they got Julia totally wrong. Like, that's debunked right there.
That's it. It's the overall... Again, just the only character... Again, like just like with when we did the thing for The Witcher, they're so focused on ethnic characters that they had to be specifically ethnic in some way. Then if a character's white, they can just be anything.
Yeah.
They will never take a character that's supposed to be Caucasian and say, this character's Caucasian and that's what we're looking for.
I want to make a bet that some of those characters will be Caucasian and they just won't say it. It's just crazy. They won't do it.
Probably like Vicious, most likely might.
Oh yeah, but since he's the bad guy, he'll be a white guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Even though technically he should have been the only Asian character. That and that other guy that again, I'll find clips or pictures of him and that guy that was helping him out and getting killed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that guy was Asian. Because I think he even had like a Chinese name too.
Yes, he did.
So it made freaking sense. You know, Spiegel, all the Japanese Asian people running around with the last name Spiegel in the world.
Yeah, ridiculous.
But just the descriptions. Again, like they did with The Witcher. Remember the whole thing with Siri? Then she ended up picking some white girl anyways.
It was just the fact that we didn't exclude them.
Yeah.
When we had the auditions.
So dumb.
We did our due diligence. I hate that.
That's exactly what it is.
I love all these statements this guy makes. Anime's become increasingly popular on Netflix. Well, this is where you have a citation to prove that statement.
Well, first of all, you don't know that because they don't release the numbers to anyone.
Yeah, so you don't know that. So shut the hell up.
You're just saying something that you have no idea.
You could say that Netflix has an interest in anime.
Yeah, you can say that it's getting more popular. Like, see these weird little things that they say when there's nothing to back it up.
Yeah, you can't prove it. Yeah.
But I still want to see a trailer. I want to see how they're going to handle it, the music and everything. I don't know. It just seems like this might just be just a garbage series by the end of it.
Because the thing is, the music was so iconic in Cowboy Bebop, and it fits the jazz.
So I wonder if they're going to keep that.
That's probably Bebop. You have to.
And then also, Spike has to be spot on when you see him.
Spike has to be perfection. But if they're looking for a race first, then they'll fit everything
How many
else.
times does that always work out in the
Never
end?
works out.
Never, exactly.
So, definitely going to look forward to this. We'll cover it. And if there's a trailer and it looks good, maybe I'll say I'm an idiot and I was completely wrong. This is perfect. I want to say that. I would love to say that.
Great.
But
we're not even close to that.
We'll wait and see.
This is the opposite of Battle Angel, okay?
Oh, yeah. Battle Angel looks great. Crimson Sin here. Thanks for watching and be sure to like, sub, and share. Also, for the most up-to-date information about the podcast, follow us on Twitter at C15 Podcast.